I got what you got.
I have a John Wayne hat.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the hats used in one of his movies.
Are you a fan of John Wayne?
Yeah, John Wayne was a great actor. He made so many movies that I really couldn't say which one I liked best.
My favorite one is when he played a cowboy and he rode around on a horse and shot people, and he had a cowboy hat.
Chumley, he probably starred in 100 Western movies.
Yeah, but my favorite one was that particular one.
Shut up, Chumley.
I decided to come to the pawn shop today to sell my John Wayne movie hat. The hat that I have, I believe, was worn by John Wayne in one of two movies, either Rio Grande or Rio Lobo. Looking to get probably about $1,200 or so for it.
And where did you acquire this at?
From a Western hat shop in Prescott, Arizona.
Did you get any certification?
The only thing that I have is, it's right inside here. I asked the gentleman at the store where he got it. He said that he was a prop master in the 50s and 60s. And this is one of the things that he held on to.
John Wayne was an American icon. Starting back in the 1920s, he was one of the top movie stars of all time. This is definitely the style hat that he would wear in a Western, called a prop hat. It's made to look like the 1870s, 1880s cavalry hat. It's manner out of Chicago. They made hats for many, many years. But my concern, son, is very simple. You have no paperwork. If this hat was worn by John Wayne in a movie, it could be worth some money. But I don't have much to go on. A tag that says the Duke is not much proof.
I do believe that the hat is real, just based on the conversation with that gentleman.
It'd be much nicer if they had to give you an appraisal when you bought it.
Right.
We have a friend here in town that is a prop master. If you don't mind, I'd like to call him in to look at this.
That'd be fine. I am looking forward to the expert coming in to look at the hat. I feel like the hat will stand on its own.
How you doing, guys? My name is Mark, and I have a company here in Las Vegas called Western Stage Props, and we specialize in selling props to the movies.
This is supposedly a hat that's worn in the movies by the Duke.
What can you tell me about it?
Well, I purchased this hat from a shop in Prescott, Arizona. This was labeled as John Wayne's hat, either from Rio Grande or Rio Lobo.
Rio Grande or Rio Lobo are 20 years apart. Rio Grande was made in 1950 in black and white. John Wayne wore a light-colored hat, so his hat probably was not in Rio Grande. When you get to Rio Lobo, he wore three different hats. First, he was a northern military officer wearing a dark blue hat. And the brocade on the front here, or the tassels, were in a dark color. And in all the hats that were in that movie, none of them had these vent holes on the side.
Okay.
One of the red flags I see is that it's listed in here as 7 1/8. John Wayne's hat size was larger than this.
What about the tag from the wardrobe department?
You could write a dozen of these up and put them in a dozen hats. It doesn't make any difference. You can't purchase something on the legend. You got to have some facts behind it.
The only thing I can go by is the conversation I had with the gentleman back then.
The thing is, we have to have some documentation. This is very important. The chain of ownership is the key to the value of it. Other than that, it's just a used hat.
I appreciate you bringing it in. It's a very interesting piece, but where it came from, that's the big $64 question. After talking to Mark, I'm 90% certain this ain't Duke's hat, it wasn't a prop, and that guy at that store lied to you.
Okay, well, I appreciate you looking at it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Their stand is there's no way to authenticate it. It could have been a hat that perhaps Duke didn't like himself, and so they switched to another hat.